Welcome to Red Panda Post-Con Review, where we grade conventions we've attended, focusing on their social aspect and party aspect. Today we're discussing Zenkaikon 10, held in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was this year, between April 1st and 3rd of 2016. I'm Pedrock, and this is...
Nelly the Afrobot. When it comes to the social aspect of Zenkaikon, you kind of have to factor in the town. Lancaster's a small Amish town where it's about 50,000 people or so. So the convention itself is only about maybe 5,000 to 6,000 people. But it does have that low-key feel to it.
Low-key, loungy feel to it. The venue has good, I guess, traffic flow because everything was very easy to find. I mean, within 10 minutes of being there, I already had a clear idea of where everything was in the convention center. And people probably had that same experience, so they knew where to go and how to get there quickly instead of taking up space in the middle of the convention center and creating blockages.
And the people are very nice, too. You know, it being kind of a smaller town, I think that kind of leads into it. That has something going for it. Is the staff was friendly. The people in the town were friendly. You could ask them for suggestions and, you know, kind of get a feel for how the whole town is run.
Easier to begin conversations. Even the people that were lounging around the convention center weren't lounging around in closed off groups. I mean, they were off to the side, but they had a spot for you to join them. It wasn't a full circle. It wasn't everybody looking in. It was along the hallway, and you could join in the conversation.
Yeah, with the smaller hotel, it didn't really feel cramped, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
You know, you could kind of explore the convention center a bit more. And the main lobby section had a lot of sections. Well, the main lobby had a lot of places where you can hang out with people, play board games, card games, drink. Another aspect of Zenkaikon, which is pretty much any anime convention, is being in cosplay. On Saturday, I was in cosplay as... Asahi from Haikyuu, and we were actually going out just to go eat somewhere, and somebody flagged me down, and there was a group of Haikyuu cosplayers all in the group, and they were missing one person, which was me. And they flagged me down, and we got a few photos before leaving. So that's kind of a good icebreaker, I think, is being in some kind of cosplay. It seemed like a lot of people were.
Because the attendee size is in that mid 5,000 to 6,000, I think they might have broken 6,000 this year. Don't know. But because it is that range, faces become more common and familiar. So you do spot people easier. And I think that made the photo shoots more open, that even though there was a photo shoot planned, they were always on the lookout for anybody that maybe didn't hear about it. And they included them into the photo shoot instead of just go through it, get it done, and move on.
True. One thing that we kind of just didn't really expect was, even though there's a lot of bars and restaurants around the convention center itself, they all tended to close a little bit early than what we're used to, at least here around Virginia, DC area.
Yeah, for Nightlife at Zenkaikon, it was very active around the 7 to 8, 9 o'clock range, and not just active with the attendees. The local town had many guests, or I guess locals, that attended the pubs, that went to the galleries there, and it was very populated. The streets were pretty filled, and yet once it got to actual late night, 11 and 12, everything started closing down. And the options you had as Zenkaikon was the concerts. So you had to go to the concerts, and if you attended that, once you came out, everything was done. And that was a little surprising, because going in and seeing so many people early on, we thought that would last longer. There would be more people lingering, and that really wasn't the case. Best you had was at the Zenkaikon lobby, people would cluster there and play Cards Against Humanity, or they played some other murder mystery
board games.
Yep.
Other than that, there was like the 18 plus panels, and the burlesque had a huge line. Didn't get to check that out, but maybe next year.
Nah, I don't like lines. But the convention did have longevity into the night. It's just smaller groups towards the end. It is a more family-oriented convention, so it was a very kind of close-knit-ish group for the late-night activities. And even us, we were up, past 3 in the morning, and the only place we could go eat was Spyro Gyro's. Literally one restaurant, within walking distance anyway. Sure. that was open super late night that you could grab a bite to eat before going to bed. So Nelson, what do you grade Zenkaikon 10?
I give Zenkaikon a 4-inch stack high ham and cheese sandwich on rye.
Why?
Because one, it was wholesome, it was satisfying. I had a great experience, and I felt like I was fed, spiritually. Went to a lot of events, listened to a lot of music, talked with a bunch of people, and just had a good time. It's like having a great meal. You just you feel good.
I grade Zenkaikon a 30 million berry bounty because in One Piece people didn't expect much from Luffy. He was just a regular old pirate, and then eventually he started wrecking heads, and they're like, "Hey, we need to pay attention to this dude," and they gave him the highest bounty for like a rookie pirate, and that fits into Zenkaikon because going in, I didn't know what to expect, and I was just like, okay, it's an anime con. It's going to be your typical, everybody's going to do panels and has a plan, and they've already have an agenda. But instead, it was surprising. It was a con where people were lounging around. People were open to the discussion. There were fun things to do planned out for the evening, where the concerts wasn't just a rave that took a really long line to get in. You could get in, out, enjoy, mingle with the people inside, go outside and mingle with the people that were taking a break from said concert. And it was easier to interact. And like you said, it was a satisfying convention and definitely something that is now on my radar and needs to be paid attention to. Cap it at 30 million because there were some downsides. The game room being much smaller. It happened to have everything I wanted to play, but I imagine the game room was a bit of a disappointment to others. And the fact that they closed at 2 a.m. Everything shut down at 2 a.m. I understand that it's because the hotel needed to clean up, and that's more of an issue with the venue. But Zenkaikon should consider having a more all-night option where people can go and hang out, such as leaving the lobby open or some sort of room where people can congregate overnight.
Do we want to talk about the pool?
Ooh. Yeah, we want to talk about the pool. Go to the pool next year. Pool party. Boom.
Thank you for watching another episode of Red Panda Postcom Review. Leave a comment below if you've attended and your ranking for the convention. Another thing is check out the links below for our other sites. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. Fuck it, all of them. Wrap it up. Just like them all, please. I ain't begging.
You begged.
You want it.
You begged. No, you begged.
Do it. Try it.
That took forever. That was like 10 takes.
That was 10 takes. What? That's smooth. Why did you do that last part so smooth? What the fuck?